The East-West Link is the most unpopular proposed Victorian government expenditure on record.
We know from surveys of public opinion in Victoria that the majority of Victorians have a preference for public transport investment ahead of road investment.
The present Liberal government was elected on a platform of improving public transport, the most popular way to get to and from work, but only if you're lucky enough to be near present-day train, tram or bus routes. Dr Dennis Napthine turned his back on the state's public transport and decided to embark on building tollways that would result in destruction of communities in the inner north and west of the city. Apart from the human toll, the cost to taxpayers would be between $8 and $12 billion. We don't know the actual cost for building this mixture of roads, tunnels and elevated tollways because more than a year since it was announced, no business case has been made public.
For this road to make money on its own, there would have to be a toll of $72 a day per car. Clearly that can't work.
I think it's really important to consider the opportunity cost with this project. If you're building a project that's taking $8 billion of Victoria's infrastructure spend, then it really leaves very little money for schools, for hospitals, for police stations, for public transport.
In experts' opinions, Victorians could be forced to pay $300 million per year for decades to the consortium chosen to build the East-West Link.
No tunnel, no way, we're gonna fight it all the way.
We are very lucky in Australia to have a democratic system and freedom of speech that enable us to protest about what we do not like and press for change without fear. Here are some ways people who are concerned about the future of Victoria are saying no way, ways you could use to campaign for your rights. Wildlife and water birds are among the many casualties of this project. The Friends of Moonee Ponds Creek, together with the Flemington and Kensington Residents Associations, conducted a creek walk to show what damage would be done to the creek and surroundings, including losing playing fields and parts of historical Royal Park, the lungs of the city. On this guided tour, locals, visitors and politicians were appalled to see for themselves what the government is planning to do. The creek reserve and bike path would be shaded all day.
Now, what's going to happen to Moonee Ponds Creek and the vegetation if we've got really another 4 lanes? We're thinking it's effectively going to die.
For those living in newly built warehouse apartments in Kensington opposite the creek, faced with the prospect of a 3-storey high, 4-lane truck tollway less than 5 metres from their front door, informing the wider public about their plight became a matter of prime importance. The Kensington Association produced information which they distributed throughout the area to people who were mainly unaware of the threats to their streets and homes. Videos were made for social media to reach and influence a wider public. Each short video registered thousands of hits, the most viewed being Where Will the Children Play?, about the East-West Link's deliberate devastation of a community playground, one that cost the previous Labor government $3.5 million. Many community groups and individuals worked hard producing responses to the comprehensive impact statement in an attempt to stop the project through reason and logical argument, as well as detailing the immediate impact the plan would inflict. Opposition politicians are taking their constituents' problems seriously.
I opposed this tunnel in 2008 and we oppose it now in 2013. It's the wrong solution.
A tunnel that costs $1 million a metre that will do nothing to address the traffic congestion that is such a big challenge for our economy and for our community.
Both the ALP and the Greens have been outspoken about opposing the East-West Link.
Melbourne can be a world-leading public transport city.
How do your candidates stand on this issue? You can ring, email or write and ask for their commitment to your community. Encourage your friends and family to do so too.
Stick your tunnel up your funnel.
Humour can be a great communication tool, a way to get your message across, so let's look at lighter ways to say no way. On the morning of Derby Day, part of the Flemington Spring Racing Carnival and a popular event for young people, locals lined Racecourse Road. Motorists and taxi drivers responded to the signs. Placards tied the protests into the racing theme for a laugh. For some passers-by, it was the first time they learned about the 15% local traffic increases that the East West Link Construction Authority predicts for local streets.
My poor city, it's choking on the traffic.
The Public Transport Users Association took comedy to another level, staging a misfortune-telling event outside the assessment panel hearings about the East West Link Comprehensive Impact Statement.
This case came about because there's a lot of community concern about the process under which the whole East-West link is being conducted.
This government has taken an extraordinary course of putting out an $7-8 billion project, but not putting out any disclosure as to how it's going to work.
Court costs are not the only reason why fundraising is an important part of any campaign. Ideas to raise funds include selling donated artworks as well as making and selling badges. Those who share your view can wear them with pride and they get people talking about the issue. Publicity material, placards and banners are all essential costs which need funding to help the campaign to reach and influence the widest public. Try to make them memorable. Creating media opportunities to spread the word and pressure the powers that be include providing clear information as well as stunts and interviewees that will appeal to media audiences.
Some people do come up to me and they say, "Will protesting help? Isn't it just already a done deal?" And I'm here standing before you today to say no, it is not a done deal.
Public opposition to the East-West Link is steadily growing, culminating in rallies and marches in the city by thousands of people.
Won't you meet me under the clocks?
Individuals and community groups can show their opposition to the whole project and specific aspects.
Are you so surprised that I am here, full of cheer at this fair city?
When people are concerned enough, they'll take to the streets, even if they've never demonstrated before. They want to show their opposition to the whole project and specific aspects that affect them. We don't want an East-West link. Experts oppose it and so does the community. Vote against the East-West link. It's not a legacy Victoria needs from this government. The government should be thinking about citizens' real needs and priorities. More information is available on these websites.
Chapel Street, when nothing could compare. Oh, won't you meet me under the clocks? We'll go walking by the river, through the mud and through the slime. Are you so surprised I am here?